Live coverage in the booth. My name is Manifestable Brett Banfi, and I am joined by the Lord himself. Lord, good morning. How are you?
Doing good, man.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and to all our viewers out there. How was your holiday break?
It was good, dude. Yeah, got the 12 days of Christmas thing that went well. That was fun, and yeah, back into this. Seems like this tournament, we got a bunch of new players hopping in.
Yes, we do. We're going to jump right into the action. We are bringing you live Nick's at the bottom of the screen, facing off against Nicholas. They are in game two. This is a best of five series. 6-1 game one. He leads off with an Aqua Fluffle and returns his Aqua Fluffle with the Eagle on. Zix is streaming himself on Twitch, so you can go over there, Jacob Wilson. Check that out if you want to hear his thoughts. But he mentioned to me on the stream yesterday that Aqua Fluffle, he's putting in his deck pretty much just because of how valuable Inferno is. Yeah, I wanted to hear what you thought about that. Aqua Fluffle, Boopasnoot, they have that Aegis Shield. Do you think it's a good counterplay against Inferno?
Yeah, seems to be. I kind of was out of the meta for a few weeks and was playing some ranked last night, and yeah, the Aegis was giving me some problems. But yeah, no, it makes sense. Everybody's playing those Scorchwings now that we have just standard format, just tons of Infernos. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we see Nicholas gassing back up with a business. We did post.
Oh yeah, no, Nicholas, he's number one right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
He deserves it. I mean, this is a guy, for those that are newer to the show, this is the guy who has by far grinded the hardest, the most out of everyone. He's probably played like at least 5,000 ranked matches.
Seriously.
Yeah. Nicholas playing with some. We did post deck lists last night, so that was pretty cool. Players now know what the other player are suiting up at the table. And I know for a fact I was listening a little bit to Jacob's stream earlier this morning, and it is factoring into his decision making because he knows certain cards are not in his opponent's deck. He doesn't have to play around those now. What do you think about that from just a competitive play side, being able to see what your opponent has when you make it into this top 8?
Yeah, no, Sarah brought that up. Yeah, that we haven't been doing that for previous tournaments, so it does throw in another dynamic into it.
All right, Sandstalker comes down. And speaking of streamers, what about Q-Flux? This guy is straight fire. Talk to me a little bit about Q-Flux. How did you get connected to this guy, and what's his deal?
Yeah, I mean, just sometimes I just slide into the DMs of anybody who's talking about TCGs on Twitter, and yeah, I mean, same thing with like Cero, not hot on it right off the bat, but we stick around and just keep doing these things and check back in, and eventually we got him to give it a try, and he seems to be enjoying it, getting all of his followers and stuff to come over. We're happy to hook anybody up with some a couple free packs to get you started, and seems like his whole community's loving it.
I'm glad you brought up his community, because I was listening to his stream yesterday, and first of all, he's hilarious. His chat is hilarious, though. I don't know, like he had a dedicated following of maybe 40 people or something like that that were listening to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were like bantering with him, ripping with him, like they were giving him shit, busting his balls and stuff. Like, it was awesome. Like, this is not this guy's first time at the rodeo, like he's the best.
Yeah, no, he's doing great. Yeah, he's just one of, I don't know, about 7 or 8 that we brought on in the past week or so as we ramp up here for Gen 3. So yeah, dude, it's exciting times. These final couple weeks of Gen 1 and 2 before we throw in the wrench for Gen 3.
Yeah. We see a Flammy come down, take care of that Sana. Mechadrone returns the Flammy back to hand. Flammy again. And Zix has an advantage on board and but the players have even life purple, so yeah, I don't know that you could X comfortably here if you're Zix. Has built up a little bit of a marginal advantage. There's the Sandstalker now. Now, Nicholas is someone who, you know, a lot of people are playing with the Sandstalker now. We have the 12 Days of Christmas promo a couple weeks ago, and Sandstalker was one of them. I brought up Q-Flux with Sandstalker because he like lost his mind when he saw that card. He was like, whoever invented this card, like, I want them fired immediately. A 9/7 God Blitz card for 6 mana. Like, this guy, somebody was smoking some strong stuff. That card should not exist. It was hilarious. He was going off. And but yeah, so yeah, Sandstalker is a card that a lot of people didn't have access to up until the Christmas promo, but now everyone is running one of those cards. And you know, it can come out of nowhere and win games for you just by itself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was watching his stream when he went on that little rant yesterday. I was hilarious, but I don't know how. Yeah.
Yeah, what was some of the thought process behind putting some of those like insanely powerful cards into the Christmas bonus stuff, you know?
I mean, yeah, you got to throw a couple in them. Sandstalker is one of the cards that, you know, people were not having enough access to a couple months ago. We were running into some of these Gen 1 cards, but yeah, and you know, it was a reindeer, so there's only so many cards you can turn Christmas themed. So it was,
that's right. Yeah, the Nicholas though, he had an OG Sandstalker. He ripped one, right? Didn't he get one out of the Genesis pack, or maybe he got one in the original Gen 1 or something like that? But
yeah, actually, I haven't seen a Genesis Sandstalker recently.
Who has Genesis Sandstalker is I1.
Oh, okay. I can't even remember what it looks like exactly.
It's golden, I think.
Oh yeah, the gold Sandstalker.
The gold Sandstalker, like that thing is no joke, man. Yeah, back when no one had an idea what anything was worth, and like, you know, that golden Sandstalker was like $200 or something, and I was like, that seems like a lot, you know. Now I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd gotten that thing for $200, you know.
Yeah, who's got it? You said
I1.
Oh yeah, I1. He's you know, diamond handing it. It's not, you can't even see it. It's the only one that exists, so I can't even find
I think there's two. I think there's two that exist.
Oh, there's one trade here.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I ran into Ood a couple times in ranked last night, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. He's got 2 Dustrials in there. He's got a Ignatius. He has Treyguard, Sandstalker, like, it's tough, dude. I took him down one game. Just, you know, he's got all these high mana cards, but you get late game with Oot, and it's
over.
Not fun.
Yeah, I met Oot in person when I flew out to Japan for the Champions special broadcast that we did, and yeah, that was so cool. Being able to meet him, and like, yeah, he's such a positive spirited guy. Loves the game so much, and he's the guy. He'll just do anything for the game, you know. He's like, hey, if it's good for the game, we'll go with it, you know. Like,
yep,
yeah. So yeah, Jacob Wilson at the bottom of the screen. He is a Magic the Gathering Pro Tour finalist, and one of the best players in the world, in my opinion, if not the best player in the world. Zixvutzkrpan, that's his name. He did get his second game against our Bright Gang, Mr. Bright Gang himself, Nacho List at the top of the screen. That's some old school Twitch stuff.
Mr. Bright Gang. I like how you try to pronounce Jacob's name, and it's just the alphabet backwards.
Yeah, which I didn't realize that it was that at first, so that's why I tried to pronounce it. And then I just go with it ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, it's just the alphabet backwards. I was like, oh, okay.
Did Jacob take down the first round here?
Just he got both first 2 games, so he's up 2 games to none. He has a big board advantage against Nacholist. He's just going face with the combustions right now. Mecha Wing returns. I think it returned that Firon, hoping that it'll come back fire on him. This game is over, so I think Jacob's going to get the quarterfinal match here. Nicholas has no. Yeah, he's at 1.
GG.
No life form in his deck. Yep, there we go.
All right, moving on. Let's go into this one. This is one I wanted to check out. Cero and K1. Where are we at here?
Cero K1. So this is same bracket. So the winner of this match will play Jacob Wilson. And I haven't I've seen how this match is going. Let me take a quick peek if I can open this. Players are sometimes putting the so K1 is up 2 games to none.
Really?
Cero, yeah. Yeah, it's surprising. A lot of people that know Cero know him as one of the strongest players in.
Yeah. K1's no slouch though. K1's grinding. And he must have a strong deck here. He's the 2 seed, so
he's the 2 seed, yeah.
Cero kind of snuck in.
Yep. Yeah, Cero had a very strong focus yesterday. His losses were to K1 and to Zexputzkerpan. So, he lost to the number 2 and the number 3 seed. So, that will always go favorably for you in the tiebreak. Players that don't lose except to you. We see Cero fighting back in this round. Cryo Slice coming down, freezing that blizzard, or with that Scorchwing with a blizzard. He has a Grumble that still has its shield as well. So Cero winning on board, and I think tied in one short in hand. Or two cards short. One thing I want to ask you, Lord, what's it been like seeing this reaction from professional players, streamers that are coming in and loving the game? Do you kind of feel like, watching your little kid get his first hit in Little League or something like that?
Yeah, kind of, man. It's like, I'm all been about we just got to stay here, keep chugging away. It's really. Once we can give just 15 minutes or 10 minutes somebody to play through a game, experience the hand cash market, and kind of just go through the whole thing, literally it's just not like we've had zero negative feedback. It's always been positive. So let's just keep chucking away, running these tournaments, and want to be super friendly when new players come along, because it is different from these other games. It's not like if you play Gods Unchained or any of these others, you really know what's going on. You kind of need somebody to walk you through, and our community is real good about sending people cards, and that gets them to look in their hand cache, and just kind of, it only takes 10 minutes or so to get through it all, and then they can kind of go off on their own. But man, it's great to see the feedback, and all the hard work from the team, and then hand cache side of things, creating the marketplace, that's just so huge. With the Doge Mints and Ordinals wallet, it's I've been sending out some cards to people on Doge, and it's you can't search for the champion names, you got to scroll through all these pages, and the marketplace is not as good, hand dialed in for a trading card game marketplace. It's a great connection that we have with them. And shout out to Handcash for developing all this with us at the very start. And we're kind of seeing the fruits of all of that when people come to our game. So it's huge, and we have still a lot of stuff to do. And as we get closer to Gen 3, yeah, it's going to get better.
Yeah. Speaking of, real quick, just tuning into this game, I'm seeing just this incredible turn from Sero, answered by K1 in this mind-blowing fashion where he ends up getting the Stana and the Rocket, clears the board, and then K1 drops the Ocho and the Rogue to come right back. But then in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you got to deal with these Ochos, got to deal with these Rogue Horsers. Sero just goes face. He just freezes the Ocho offensively, not to kill it, but try to just race him. And it looks like he's going to win with this match. He has the power on board to win. And
yeah,
that's the savviness.
Could K1 have taken out his champions there? And I guess he was out of cards too. Like, yeah, okay, because that was lethal.
He was out of cards
the whole time.
Yeah, but I don't want to say that K1 threw the towel in there, but yeah, he gave. I think just Sero just calculated it. He just figured out, okay, like I have enough damage on board. I don't need to deal with these champions. I'll just rush the face. He does it and manages to squeak that victory away. And that's his first one. They're going to game 4 now. Sero needs to win the next 2 games in a row, but sometimes you get that little bit of that, that first bit of momentum, and it pushes you through the next game. And once you get into that last game, it's anyone at that point.
A taste of blood, dude.
Yeah. This Simus, can you remind me, can you put your mouse over that? Is that a provoke? That's a vortex, right? Okay, yeah. Vortex. Yeah, so many players opting for this early vortex strategy where they're just basically saying, look, I'm just going to try to race you, and still manage to race back, we saw, but it's always been a strategy that's been successful in Champions, is just going face and forcing your opponent at their turns, dealing with that. See Sana come in and clean up the board.
And look at the pace that these two players play at. Like, just, how the amount of games, and it's like opening strategy in chess. Like, okay, this is what you do. Like, boom.
Yeah.
Take this guy, Uga out. Take the Simus out. They know they've been here before.
Yep. And you see K1 going straight face. This is a strategy that Nicholas really was working successfully, and is maybe one of the reasons why he's number 1 on the leaderboard. Yeah, I call this the sock full of pennies strategy, where basically like Simus, Nippa, some of these cards, they're worth like 3 cents, in the marketplace. But, you don't have to come in there with the expensive deck. You come in there with the sock full of pennies and you just beat them with it.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely, I'm on that strategy as well. You just got to catch them off guard. Very straightforward. Give me some Infernos and some rushes.
And we have Any Moon in the chat weighing in, saying the new combo, Lumi blessing the Rogue Horser or the Sandstalker. I like that, Any Moon. Yeah. Annie Flames, that's what her name, right? She never misses.
Annie Flames never missed a combustion.
Yeah. Weren't we talking about something the other day, like doing like a flame avatar or something?
She's got it.
Yeah,
she's got the Annie Flames avatar.
Yeah, but its official name, I think, now is Annie Flames, right?
Yeah,
she's got herself as her avatar.
Well, I got confirmation. Like, we can give some of these pros and special or creators and stuff like their own avatars. So yeah, if any of them want to get a special avatar in the game, DM it to me and we can add it to your account.
Yep. K1 needs the Annie Flames. With his combustion, he's got the fire on. We see Sandstalker on the battlefield right now. Goes face. Then we see Stone Fur come down with a big earthquake, followed up by Boopa Snood. Answered with a Flammy, takes the Sandstalker out. Wow. That was huge. whiffs on the Scorchwing, but that's okay. Magafly deals with that Stonefur. The Stonefur the Boopa Snoot. The Boopa Snoot is a nice one to get off the battlefield. Even though it's cheap, it is kind of annoying when you're playing cards like Flammy. You don't want that Flammy to hit that Boopa Snoot, especially with that shield.
Mechafly. See a lot of these. Yeah, Q-Flux, one of his. A lot of players are grinding out these quests that we've got to get some of these, cards like Mechafly, the Whirlwinds, a couple of the Infernos are up for grabs. And yeah, everyone still has a couple weeks to grind those quests out before we add some new ones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was curious about that because G Golden asked me how long. Q-Flux was wondering how long will these seasonal quests last?
Yeah, I think, we'll reset it probably right before Gen 3.
Nice. Yeah, format's in a really great place right now. I'm interested to see how because same thing with Gen 2, I really loved where we were at with Gen 1, and it's always anytime there's a change in the format with new cards and stuff, you always wonder, is this gonna fit well with the new cards? So I'm really excited to see we have this defined format with Gen 2 and this brand new set coming in with completely new cards, new mechanics, new element types. I heard one of them is Cosmic. And it looks pretty cool. There's some unique abilities on the Cosmic cards. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I kind of stay out of that aspect of the game, but yeah, I mean, some of the Singularity I heard is a new ability coming in here that seems crazy OP, but I've already learned you don't question Glimmer Tard.
Yeah, let him cook.
Question Glimmer Tard.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
Let him cook, man. Once it's served up, you can add a little salt. You can put some pepper on it, but don't mess with it while it's in the kitchen.
Yeah, dude, it's like going in Gordon Ramsay, telling him what he needs to bake or something.
Yeah.
You just stand back and let him cook.
Yeah. All right. So we see Mechadrone taking out that Ignisteel and Woofy getting an attack in for 4. So here we see Zero in the race against K1 and feeling pretty confident going into this final set of turns of game 4. Healthy life total of 29. Not saying it's impossible to lose from there, but it is slightly difficult. There we see K1 shipping that, and they're just going to turn 5, game 5. Both Sarah was he dropped the first 2, evened it back up now 2 games to 2, and we are going to get a very exciting game 5. Let's see if I can check in to the other bracket and give you guys an update on what's going on over there. By the way, I want to shout out some of our players who have gone out of their way to be great ambassadors for the game, especially to some of our newer players. Bruce, shout out to Nicholas, to Baby Bear. Some of these players, Brodnick, G Golden. A lot of these players taking time to teach some of the newer players what's going on with
Nicholas, dude. Nicholas, look, he just bounced from the tournament straight into a ranked match. He's playing one of these new guys that we've got, Billy Bestie.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Billy because I saw he joined the Pro Creator League, so I wanted to see any info you can give me about him.
I mean, I don't know too much. Yeah, we just got him on board. He's been grinding away, asking tons of questions, unlocking the quest. He's from Gods Unchained. I think he actually was on the balancing team from Gods Unchained, and yeah, he's already brought a couple of his friends in to give it a try, and yeah, excited for him. He should be getting his streams up and going here this week.
Gotcha. By the way, I have a quick update on the Jacob Wilson Nicholas series. Jacob won that 3-2. I thought Jacob won 3-0 because we missed the first 2 games. So I thought Jacob won that in fair fashion, but no, that was a slog, and he managed to. All right, so we see K1 begins off with a business. Both players with that business opening, but K1 all the way up to 10 cards and gets things started like we saw before. K1 is playing those Simist, the early Vortex. We are watching the early onslaught. Yeah, go ahead.
Is he playing the evolutions of those Simist? No.
The berries? Let's see, because we did drop the
the Simist, and then he's got the 9 provoke or whatever is what it evolves into.
Oh, right.
Does he even have that?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, it seems.
No, but I'm gonna pull it up just to double check.
Because he could definitely use a Hydro Fang then to replace that.
Yeah, he has a Hydro Fang in the deck. The thing is that he's playing 1 Hydro Fang, but that's a thing. You're the Korra. You know, he might not have the other Hydro Fang.
Yeah.
So, sometimes, and he's running 1 Baba. So he's running like the maximum, smash, Hulk smash. No thinking, like just Hulk smash. He wants to end the game as early as possible. We're seeing Sero at a, 42 is still comfortable, but you're getting into that 42 range against K1's deck, and you are starting to be 3 turns away from death at any given moment. You see Abe Sinclair in the chat. YouTube, shout out Abe. Let us know in the comments if you're a team player that's been following with Champions.
Yeah, if not, dude, join the Discord. We'll hook you up, Abe, with some free packs and get you started.
Yep. Yeah, the Lord himself, he is very good about making sure that new players have some access to get some packs started, begin the game.
Yeah,
that's one of the nice parts about getting 1 million cards out there is like you don't have to be too worried. Like, can't do that when there's only 10,000 Gen 1s, but there's 1 million Gen 2s out there. We can toss you a couple,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's I mean, that's the whole thing, man. I get the reluctant, you don't want to spend money when you don't really know what's going on. Like, so just like give them $3.50, man. Let somebody crack a 10-pack. You get that like dopamine of like, you get it. And then it gets you, like we were talking earlier, it gets you into hand cash, all this stuff. It just opens the door for $3.50, man. We'll onboard people all day.
Yeah. So we have a tournament speedy down there for those that are watching, tuning in. We are in our 22nd weekend open series right now that we play for $500 in cash as well. This month we're adding a $500 gem bonus to that as well, so $1,000 total. But in addition to that, they're every weekend they are competing for these tournament edition versions of the cards. They have that special silver border that you can see right there. Speedy goes down, but we see Grimzilla, Monkey, and Cryo Slice now, and Zero has managed to even the life totals. Roughly the same. Zero is down on cards in hand, but up on cards on board, and he drops that Mecha Fly down. Did you see what he replaced? Did he pull his Woofa back, or what did he bring back from hand there to hand?
I did not see. I was pulling up the tournament edition.
Gotcha. Yeah, we have the tournament editions that we're playing for today is the 3-mana Dark card, 4/2 Ami with Greed. So that is a very good early Greed card. The best besides Business, I would say. And then so that all top 8 players have already earned that card. But second and third place will also earn the Retribution Frog, the Gua Prince. And then we have the winner of this event will get a custom tournament edition Uga as well. A Gen 1, Uga's from Gen 1, so that is a highly coveted card. Format, staple. We could go back, Lord, and check out, this is our 22nd event, and we could look at the number of Ugas that have been in the top 8 for the events that they've been legal, I would say it's probably any tournament where it's been legal, the maximum number of Ugas has been played.
Yeah.
There we see Uga is on the battlefield. It is the evolution chain for Monkey. Uga goes down, drops to a counter Monkey from K1, and then we see Rogorser. So here, Earthquake from Stonefur gets that Rogorser off the battlefield. Starting off with a Shadow Steel, K1's going to have to manufacture a win here. Starts off with an Ocho, taking out that Stonefur, and then dropping the blast there. Trolley, or as Zero calls it, Trolley, comes down, cleans the board up. So you have to be feeling pretty good if you're Zero here. Starting off 2-0 and battling back into pushing a game 5 now, having K1 on the ropes at 15. All right, Baba blessing itself. Torturing, taking out the team, followed by a Shadow Steel. Shadow Steel has that ability, Wind Seeker. Okay, so Ignis Steel comes down. This is what you do for K1, but Snow Gaze with your K1, and then followed by Obsidiwing. That gives you a massive advantage on the card now. Mechwing comes down, returns the Obsidiwing. I almost wondered if you would return your Ignis Steel and just try to go for combustion value. No. Trolley comes down, takes out the team. Now Zero up to 5 cards in hand, facing 1 with a comfortable life total advantage. Drops his own Uga. This is what the players are playing for today. A tournament edition Uga. The nice part about those tournament edition first place prizes, there's ones. Those aren't getting reissued,
Yeah, no. I was trying to figure out how to pull up the picture of but I can't figure it out.
I think you can switch to the tab. So if you open that.
Yeah, I got it open.
And then just switch to the tab. All right, so 1 tosses in the towel there. It was a valiant effort, and then we do see Zero battling back, down 2-0, and he manages to rattle off 3 victories in a row. A lot of Earthquake. That is the comment that came in from Annie Moon. That was indeed a lot of Earthquake, and maybe if you're K1, those first 3 Earthquakes you can survive, but that last one that took out your Rogorser and took out those were backbreaking, especially when you start to run out of cards. Those first few Earthquakes when you put gas back up, so bad, but. All right, now we are tuning into the bracket. This is T-Max at the top of the screen, who is our number 4 seed against Double to B, number 5 seed.
2 top players here. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, both players extremely savvy, long-time veterans of this tournament circuit. And we see Cutie Bug. I believe Double to be only player that brought the Cutie Bugs to the table. They are 2 mana 4/1 lifelink. Excuse me, with Life Bloom. Fyron backfires. So Fyron has that ability called Combustion. When it comes into play, deal 6 to something, but it has a 20% chance to backfire and blow up in your face and deal yourself 6. So unfortunately, it was trying to but takes 6 to the dome instead. Flammy comes down with Inferno, takes out the Monkey, and then Monkey trades with Fyron. So Max 4 in hand, Double to be a clutch Earthquake there. Grumble follows from Double the B. Grumble with the shield. Dribble. Prevent it from taking damage the first time. Wow. Grumble running into Raka, that clears the way for Ignis to gas back up. And look at that mech wing. That is a beautiful tournament edition mech wing. You can see the glistening border on that card. And the alternate art, that's the other thing. Speaking of alternate art, we have the Santa Claus Raka on the battlefield there. Santa with his sack.
With his Rakas.
With his Rakas. There, Ignisteel comes down, takes out that mech wing, and that one does not backfire. I believe Rocket gets 4. Scorchwing comes down, takes the Rocket out, but leaves the Ignisteel. So have you played much against Double the B by any chance?
I haven't matched up with him too much, but no, I've been keeping an eye on the leaderboard. He's, a top player, definitely.
Absolutely. And also, one thing that I've noticed from Double the B, he always feels like he's just always has 2 more cards in hand than me. You know, like, and it's so frustrating for me as a player because, like, he could be at 1 life and I don't care. I'm like, he has 2 more cards than me. You know, like, it's just like, if you're a TCG player, you know what I'm talking about. It's like it like grates away. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night and it's Double the B. It's like, look, he's got
6 cards.
6 cards in hand. T-Max has 3 in hand. But if you're T-Max right now, I guarantee you're sweating. You're not feeling like, all right, I got this one in the bag. Like, you know, you're feeling like, oh my God, he gassed back up with another business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that? He just has good pace, or he's not using his full mana, like maxing it out. He's just patient.
Yeah, he's just a savvy. He's savvy. It's one of those things where you're always, the more you build your deck for the late game, the more like you can have those cards that are hard to deal with on turns 8 and 9, etc., like Dustrael and stuff like that. But the problem is that sometimes you just get run over in turns 1 through 4, and like we saw Jacob Wilson yesterday, he beat Sero on, I think, turn 4, it's like with anything, there's always trade-offs. Like, are you willing to go with, like, for example, K1, he's bringing Baba to the table. Baba's a terrible card on turn 9, but it's a great card on turn 2, So Double the B just builds his deck so that, like, if he loses on turn 4, that's so be it. But if he makes it to turn 12, you're going to be facing some really difficult, a really difficult competitor with him. And for me, it's just infuriating, it's like, because I hate losing to inevitability. Like, it's like that cartoon where, like, you're stuck and the steamroller's gonna roll over you, but it's like a mile away, but you can see that it's coming, like I don't mind losing, but I hate knowing that it's gonna happen and watching it while it happens over the course of 8 years. Yeah, so credit and shout out to Double the B, an excellent player when it comes to how to build for late game strategy. He uses those mecha flies effectively too. You can mecha fly your own business and things like that.
Oh yeah, are people mecha flying their business and stuff?
Sometimes, sometimes or even I've seen Jacob Wilson mecha flying just to reset the Aegis shield on his Boopa Snoot. I mean, like, you get pretty, I saw some comments from people, they didn't want the ability to whirlwind your own champions, but I really like the fact that you can do it because it just opens up, like, it makes
tons of plays. Yeah. What about Andy Slaps' complaint was talking to me. Is there any effective reason to blizzard your own item?
Well, yeah, there's a very, very, very corner case where, say, you have a retribution or something like that. So you have a Gua Prince, and your opponent has a Gua Prince, and they want to use their own Gua Prince, but they can't kill their own thing, so they have to kill your Gua Prince, which will get their Gua Prince, right? So you could blizzard your own, so it can't take the damage. So that's such a corner case, though.
Yeah, but that's fucking huge, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like just to stop, because he misclicks and on mobile, and sometimes you blizzard your own shit, but you can't take that away. Like, that's gotta happen at some point.
I agree. I mean, I like the fact that you can do it. Sometimes you forget, like you forget that you can blizzard yourself, and you're just like, oh yeah. I'm like this. It's like being near the Grand Canyon and like they have guardrails and you're like, what idiot would ever just do that? And then you're like drunk and you're like, oh, let's look over there. You're like, oh, luckily someone put guardrails here. Like, I'm a moron. I'm the guy they built it for.
Hell yeah.
Look at Double the Bee's board. He has two Mecha Flies with Whirlwind, one Mech Wing with Whirlwind, and then the Shadow Steel with Windseeker. Like, this guy is playing on the wind. Cryo Slice comes down, Blizzard on Shadow Steel. Reason being that it's the 5-power attacker. It's the easiest one to kill, but it will do the most damage. Uga gonna go face. And Stana going to go face as well. So T-Max, I think we talk about this sometimes, and there's a blog about it on the Champions website about understanding your role. Are you playing the late game strategy, or are you trying to end the game as soon as possible? And I think T-Max has identified that he's not trying to play toe-to-toe long game with Double. He needs to end the game as soon as possible. That's why he goes face with Ocho.
Yeah.
Mechwing taking out Stana. This Mechwing and Mecha team up and go after.
Mechadrone.
Oh, Mechadrone to return his own Lumi. See, that's what I mean. Double the B, he really plays that late game strategy where he wants card advantage. He's using his own whirlwinds on his own cards to
So he Lumied his Mecha Fly, killed something, evolved it, whirlwinded it back there, and then Lumi
blessed it again.
Double bless there.
Yeah, and then dropped a Snow Gaze. So he did all that and then still played a Greed, a 5/4 Greed.
Where's all that mana come from? Jeez.
That's what I mean. Sometimes Mechadrone, he evolved it, so it's only 1 mana, and you draw a card. But that's what I mean. Double the B, he just is like this very crafty, clever player, where he really strings you out. Like, if we think about it from the animal kingdom, there's some like like a gorilla is not going to mess around. A gorilla's just going to try to beat you down with his fist, right? But a boa constrictor is going to curl around you and crush you over the course of 2 hours. That's where Double the B is. He's more of a boa constrictor. Scorchwing comes down, but look at this. He is managing to when you look at the boa constrictor side of him, he's dominating this game, but he's down to 16.
Yeah,
has a shot here if he can string together like a Sandstalker and a Uga Chief or something like that. He could take this game. The only problem is that that Double the B now has 12, 17, 21 attack on board. So, and there's a business. So yeah, he has 29 attack on board. So T-Max is dead next turn. So he has to kill He has to kill double this turn or answer the board. He answers much of it. He needs another Earthquake and a Sandstalker. Yeah, just take a second to quick shout out to our audience, our chat. My name is Brett Banfi. We Manifestival, and I'm joined by the Lord himself. We are in our 22nd weekend open series, $500 free roll, free to enter tournaments, playing ChampionsTCG. This is Gen 1, Gen 2 open standard. And we are in the quarterfinals action right now, watching the 4 seed at the top of the screen, T-Max battling double the B at the bottom. There's an attack with a monkey for lethal, and not sure which game we were in there, but
Okay, let me get out of this. All right. Was that game 5 or what? Yeah, it looks like they got one more.
Let's take a look. Yeah, I think so. I know that I do have another update from the other side of the bracket. Looks like Brodnik did win 3-1. So the winner of T-Max Double the B will play Brodnik in the semifinals.
So this is the semifinals here, Saro and...
Yes, we are in semifinals action here. This is the winner.
Top deck Sandstalker.
Yeah. Wow. The winner of this game will go to the finals. All right, and there we see Saro. I believe that was game 1. Right, and let's watch. Looks like Sarah took game 1 there. We are in semifinals action here.
Oh, double the B's one now.
Double the B jumped up to number 1 ranking. We have, you can see at the top of the screen there, we have some new single-player bosses that are live. As well, we have the Gen 3 release in the horizon. So, yeah, how has the process been for developing those single-player bosses? Those have been pretty fun to check out.
Yeah, I mean, Mazza doesn't want to call them bosses. They're just like fun single-player things for now. He has a different idea for the bosses, but yeah, it's just we gave them, special rules and stuff. Like one of them has 7 Shade Geists or something in his deck. We got like North the Destroyer has like 5-6 Nordies in there.
Yeah, I played the first single-player, not boss, but the first single-player action, and yeah, I just got rolled, like completely rolled by I forget which one, but yeah, he had like
giving me trouble.
What?
Yeah, Industrial.
Yeah, Dustrials, and just destroyed me. I was like, wait, what? I'd never lose to the single player, yeah, I got completely murdered.
Yeah, shout out to Saro there. Saro helped put together some of those decks.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. I think I played I think he had Immortalis too. I was like, what is this? I'm getting destroyed right now. I was like getting frustrated. I was like throwing stuff, you know. All right, there we see Business goes down to the Fluffle, drops the shield. Pandorable comes down for Zix. Zix on 3, gets an attack, and then evolution to the Pantu. Aqua Fluffle blessed or bloomed, takes out Business.
Looks like we just got a large Gods Unchained streamer to join the Discord named Copper Pitch. Shout out Copper Pitch.
Shout out. Is it in general?
Yeah.
Nice.
Zero just messaged me. Yeah. It seems like Q-Flux brought over the Gods Unchained gang, so we're happy to have you join it.
Nice. Bumped him up to the Ooga level.
So who took game 1 here?
Sero. All right. Down comes Trolley. Ocho taking out the Flammy, taking out Trolley, but leaving the Ocho. Zix. Sarah's down to 34. Zix still at 60. I have to say, Sarah got a massive advantage with early Business. I think he had double Business. But he really hasn't materialized that into too much of an advantage. He is down on board right now. He is up in hand, but we'll see. This turn will be pivotal because he's also down on life. There's Snowgaze. So that is Zix gassing back up. Zix 5 in hand, I believe. Yep. Compared to Sarah's 6 in hand. And then gets the monkey attack in. So you can see that Zix just ignoring Stana. One reason why you would ignore the Stana there, you are, number one, just getting that attack in for face, but number two, Zix, I know, took some time to look at Sarah's list before this match, and he sees that Sarah is running a slightly heavy Earthquake list. So there you see the Earthquake, but you see the monkey survives now.
I need to take a phone call real quick.
For sure.
Right back.
All right. So we see that monkey can get an attack in for 4, would drop Sero to 20. The crackback is only 9, so it's not terrible from the crackback standpoint. Instead, we see him take out the Snow Gaze, and one of the reasons why maybe he opted to do that was so that he could gas back up with that. Amy is the top 8 tournament card for this weekend, our 22nd Open. Drops the Scorchwing, but I think he whiffs. He whiffs on Fauna, but he does deal the Buka Snoot shield. So Buka Snoot will be able to take out the Ami. Stana will be able to crack that Snoot shield, but that's going to be it. Red Snoot goes face and then gets Woofa. You go face there because of the evolution, of course. It is 2 damage, and that is always relevant in these matches. Lord himself. So yeah, we just missed a little bit of trading there. Stana takes the Ami down. Woofa evolves, and then Cryo Slice using Shadow Steel. Mechafly returning. Jeez, I missed the return there. Now we see 6 in hand. Obsidian can't evolve from the Shadow Steel because of the Blizzard. Eaglon returns to Woofa. Now we see an evolution with Mechadrone. Monkey down. And Uga. We're going to get clear the board here, and then we get an attack for 7. So that plus the original Snoot that was dropping Zix to 9. Now Zix with 9 in hand deploys Ami. We see a quite formidable board here, but Sero is at 20. Byron going face. Wow, that hits. That's a massive combustion there. It's a second Fyron going face. Sarah is at 8 now. The thing with being at 8 is that you just... And passing back to Sarah. So he gets 2 attacks in. 3 attacks in. There must be some triple Earthquake turn, or double Earthquake turn. It is a double Earthquake. And the Cryo Slice survives, the Mechadrone survives, and Woofa is deployed. So Zero at risk of dying on any turn now to a Sandstalker or a double Buka. Mechadrone comes down. There's a big Scorchwing, Buka Snoot on the battlefield, so both of these are lethal attackers. The Mechadrone and Trolley can combine to take out Zix's Mechadrone. Instead, it's a Scorchwing that just deals with the Mechadrone straight up and takes the shield down. Sandstalker comes down, and there is an attack, a big attack, and Zix is at 11 now.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I mean, he's still... There's still an option of dying on any turn for Sero, but now the same option exists for Zix. Okay, so Scorchwing is a 4/4. It looks like that Mechadrone is a 6/1. So a single Earthquake won't take out the Scorchwing. Zix taking a moment to gather himself here with this turn. Oh, We have a comment coming in from Annie Moon, Annie Flames, that you have the real fangs in your house.
Where'd she go? Yeah. Luna Lou.
Right, so we do see a Panthu coming down. And this is really interesting because when the Panthu Life Bloom Zix himself, you might just have lethal with an Ugo or something like that, but oh, there it is. Speedy, okay. So yeah, so Cero up 2-0 now. From down 2-0 against K1, he has now won his last 5 matches in a row. And we are in still quarterfinals action here. T-Max against Double the B.
This is game 5, right?
Yeah, I believe this is game 5, yeah. And that was a Fyron to combust on the stone floor. Mechafly to return the Fyron. We see that Double the B just constantly getting that extra value out of his own whirlwind. There's the bug. Balloons the grumble. But Double Speed at 27. There's a big stone fur from T-Max. Takes out the bug. Fly frozen with the blizzard. Now Grumble, it can get into the red. Oh, and a big whiff on the Flammy. Flammy can trade, I think, and a backfired combustion from Fyron. So if you're T-Max, that's exactly what you needed to have happen. It looks like Mechafly returns the Fyron again, but when you're buying back a 3-mana deal 6 to your face, you know, that is a losing proposition. Stonefur getting in for 4, then Obsidiwing. Obsidiwing has that ability called Windseeker, can do one of 2 things. Either draw you a card, worst case scenario, or go find you the evolution of a champion that's on the battlefield. So if Mechafly is out there, you can find its evolution, the Mecha Drone, the 6/7. Obsidiwing goes down to a Fyron. Mecha Drone comes down, rebuys the Fyron. That is an evolution Mecha Drone, so also draws a card. And Fyron to take out the stone first. So big time rebuying that Fyron. I think it has been played 4 times this game. Once it's backfired, and the other times it has dealt its combustion damage. This comes down, that's huge. Speedy takes after a Flammy. And then Shadow Steel to rebuy. Now Mechadrone. Mechadrone's going to have its choice of snack on the battlefield. It is the biggest beater. 6/7, so it can tangle and survive against any of these champions. Could also go face. Doubt that will happen. Double the B's at 7. Have to be cognizant of the life total now. Ignisteel takes out Shadow Steel. Evolution of Fire. Mechadrone takes out that business. Keeps it out of Earthquake range by... And then Mechwing rebuying the Ignisteel. So again, Double the B just really trying to maximize that value with the Whirlwinds. Big time, Scorchwing takes out the Mechwing, leaves the Mechadrone, even though it was only at 5. And then we get an attack from Speedy on the face. T-Max understanding his place in this In this match, he needs to end the game as quickly as possible. Business rebuys. We know Ignisteel's in the hand. Always backfire. It doesn't. This Speedy goes down. Grumble deployed. T-Max needs to find 14 damage as soon as possible. Double Inferno. Raka. Flammy takes itself out, but Raka sitting there with the Catbird's hat on. Shadow Steel rebuys, but and then a Rogue Orcer, and it's going to go after Raka. Survives at 1. T-Max needs a big-time swing. It is what he needed. He had the Stana. And we have a comment coming in. Master Doran. Shout out Master Doran. All right, there we see Ocho with a smash on the face. And now Trolley, the only thing standing between T-Max and moving on, it looks like Double the B does concede there. T-Max with the, I believe, Game 5 victory there will go on to face Brodnik. Excellent run from Double the B there. Let's tune back into what's going on in our semifinals action in the box. We see Sero with a big advantage on board and an advantage in hand. Byron taking out that Ocho. 6 mana for Zix to deploy. And we see Boopasnoot and Grumble double shielded. Mechafly at 5 health. Mechafly falls to Uga, and Boopasnoot is deployed. Grumble trades its shield with Fyron. Evolves to Grimzilla. Boopasnoot takes Uga out. Shadow Steel back up. It evolves to Orpa. Mechafly. Not sure.
GG.
Not sure what he Mechaflied there. What did he Mechafly?
Something back to Jacob's hand.
Yeah. Sidwing, and then Snoot comes down. Maybe he Mechaflied the Snoot.
Snoot, yeah.
But this is not looking good, and Sero was winning 2 games to none. So this is dominating board position here from Sero, and we could see him be our first into the finals match.
And then what we got? So we got T-Max taking on who?
Cryo Slice freezing that Boopasnoot. Monkey coming down. This is going to be a lethal attack likely, or very close to one. Now we will see Sero will be facing off against the winner between T-Max Brodnik, assuming that T-Max and Double the B were in their Game 5. There it is. Game over. Sero sweeps, I believe. 3-0 against Magic the Gathering Pro Tour finalist Jacob Wilson, a.k.a. Zix Butzkrapon. Yes, T-Max did win 3-2. It was very fun. Double the B commenting about his series against T-Max. Incredible action from Double the B. Do you see what I mean when I said how it feels like he never runs out of cards? He's always constantly using those whirlwinds on his own Ignisteels and his Phyrons to rebuy the combustions. And, you know, if you try to go toe-to-toe with him late game, you're going to fall. Sero dropping in the comments that somehow he won 3-0. Whenever you beat Jacob Wilson, you always feel like, you know, that is a somehow. However, there's some universe out there where you get to win from time to time against him. We're in the time stream where Jacob Wilson loses a match every once in a while. One of our top competitive players, and also narrates his thoughts excellently. One thing that he does consistently as well, provides his own deck text, gives us his own reasonings around why he chooses certain cards, etc., and drops those in our strategy channel on Discord. So that's really helpful for new players. We have some players coming in from Hearthstone like Baby Bear, and some players coming in from Gods Unchained like Qflux, etc. So one of the places we consistently direct them to learn about what's going on in the meta is this strategy channel, where players like Jacob Wilson are very forthright about what they're playing, why they're playing it. We really do appreciate that. So we have T-Max Brodnik that kicked off. Let's jump into that match if we can.
Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, we are getting a lot of, people are opening new packs, asking. We've been getting a lot of like crafting questions and stuff like that. That is something that we're working on with the, as you play right now, XP, you're getting rewarded with these loot boxes or coon boxes. Those will be used to craft more rare and specific items. And we've been talking about, possibly all, you have 50 caterpillars or whatever, being able to break those down and craft those into special items within the game. So that is something that we are working on.
Gotcha. Diamond caterpillars. Yeah, a lot of people really liking these caterpillars. They're trying to collect them. Like, I think people are using it as a flex, how many caterpillars they have.
I have a lot of caterpillars, but I don't sell anything. So
yeah, I think we still need to jump into the T-Max Brodnik action here.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
It might be sharing the wrong channel there. No problem.
Here we go.
All right. So we see that tournament business down there from Brodnik. Gorgeous card. These players are really familiar with each other. T-Max Brodnik, they are both probably, as I don't know, maybe Brodnik goes all the way back to our very, very, very first weekend tournament. I think T-Max as well, our first one. So these players very knowledgeable about what each other's styles are, how they like to play, and their. Additionally, we did publish our deck list for our top 8 players, which we haven't done for every single weekend open series, but now both players know what the others are competing with. And according to Sero, that was very helpful because he did lose in his match against Jacob Wilson yesterday, 2 games to none. He said he didn't really even feel like it was close in that matchup, but now knowing the list, it felt like that gave him a small competitive advantage. Not sure, but we will continue to provide the lists that our players are suiting up with. There we see Ignasteel getting an attack in on Brodnik. We talk about this from time to time in the stream. It's important when you're in these matchups to understand which role you should be taking in the match. This is important understanding. They say who is the beatdown strategy. The beatdown strategy will likely be the player with the slightly less powerful cards late game, but the more initiative. The reason being, you just don't, if your cards are better early game, you want to end the game as soon as possible to maximize your competitive advantage against your opponent. A player like T-Max, looking at his hand, he has 10 cards in hand. He likely will not be as concerned about the game going along because he has that slight card advantage that he's developed already. So important for Brodnik to understand that and to assess his role. That role can change throughout the matchup. It helps you decide, should I attack my opponent's creatures or should I attack the face? Understanding which role you are in in the matchup is very, very helpful for that. Know who's the beatdown. I've got that a lot. There is Cryo Slice freezing the Uga with a Blizzard. Tournament Trolley from Brodnik. He really likes to flex those tournament cards.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Someone's going to get this tournament Uga.
I like the Amy.
Yeah, I like the Amy too. The thing about the tournament Uga that I just realized, we still don't have a tournament Uga cheat that's been given out yet, but the monkey was the very first top prize.
Guess who has that?
Oot.
He just stomped me with it last night, dude. I had nightmares about that tournament monkey last night. He top decked that on me and finished the game.
Yeah, speaking of monkey, there it is on the battlefield. We see the Uga as well, and then Speedy. So a big nature rush from Brodnik. Donna answers that, and Stone for as well. So Earthquake coming down from T-Max. There's the Chief. So we're seeing the whole family out here. The Uga family. And there's the tournament edition Shadow Steel. I have to admit, that might be the one that I'm the most jealous of. I think that Shadow Steel is so cool.
Yeah, little chunky set Shadow Steel there.
Yeah. Looks like he just came out of the chimney, like he's like super haggard.
Yeah.
He's got like red eyes. There's Scorchwing. And Fyron finishes the Uga Chief off. And here you're seeing that an Ocho coming down, going face. So ignoring that Speedy, looks like Scorchwing is a 4-1. So Speedy could trade off if he wants to. Wow. And now with a all-out attack from Snowbeak, Uga, and Speedy, we see T-Max is at 8. Brodnik is at 36. Look at how fast that flipped. That is unbelievable because Hydrofang comes down with Vortex ability, and I didn't see what it dealt, but it must have dealt 5 because I felt like T-Max was somewhat safe there. At 8. Scorchwing whiffs on both Uga and Hydrofang. So T-Max has managed to accumulate this nice card advantage, but it's not going to do him any good when he is dead. Going face. But he does rebuy the Scorchwing and then takes the Hydrofang and the Uga off the battlefield. Now, let's count it up. So he has 18 on board, which if he gets through, that would drop Brodnik down to 14. Instead, Flamigwakin comes down. A lot of people didn't suit up this Flamigwakin. I know not many people own one, but Stana comes down as well. There's Shadow Steel. That's not a good sign. If you are you're a fan of T-Max, you can start off with Shadow Steel, but he does manage to get the mech wing and lives for another turn. If you're T-Max, you got to hope this Flamigwakin whiffs. It does whiff on Shadow Steel. It takes out mech wing. And also, what is that? Is the Flamigwakin an 8-1 now?
Yep.
Yeah, so very close to killing
Or
itself.
an 8-4. An 8-4.
8-4. Yeah, I can't see with the but then drops T-Max to 4. Rocket is hellbent, empty-handed. Rocket saves the day there, and then Shadow Steel. So representing 9 on board. T-Max dead to any monkey, any Snowbeak, many vortexes. A lot of cards in Brodnik's deck can win the game right here. But if he doesn't find one, rebuys his own Ami and draws an additional card. That Ami is a lethal attacker, so likely the Rocket will have to go after that. Instead, Fangs takes it out. That's quite nice if you're T-Max. Getting an attack for 9 now. Wow. If you have time to attack for 9, maybe he's just going to from the Eaglon for 2. I mean, it's not lethal. It makes sense, right? You have to get your attack in. Shadowsteel evolves to the wing, draws a card. Speedy takes out Eaglon. And then Rogue Orser comes in. So the one reason why you would want to attack the Eaglon, there are Vortex cards that could deal you 3. I was going to say maybe I would have even left that Eaglon on the battlefield but no. Or Speedy also can deal you 3. Either way, Rogue Orser comes down. But I really like how T-Max battled back there. Well done. Yeah, I was rooting for T-Max at the end there. I got to admit, sometimes you got to root for the underdog, like battle back.
Yeah.
Or your opponent's at 35 and you just somehow were you watching Q-Flux yesterday? I was getting into some of his comeback victories. Those were massive.
Yeah, I was watching him yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I'm like a DJ on this. I'm seeing these ranked matches right now. I'll spectate just random games throughout the day. I'm just tuning in to ranked matches that are firing that Baby Bear game.
Yeah, is Baby Bear in a match right now?
Yeah, she's playing against one of our new users. He's in the Discord right now.
Oh,
let's just pop in.
Let's just pop in, take a peek.
What's going on?
All right, we see a Shadow Fang. We see Ladecia, Rossetti out there, Ignasteel, and Amper Charge. Somebody brought the big gun to the party. Baby Bear with her Amper Charge.
Out of cards.
Yeah, she's got 2. She got 3 now. Baby Bear at the top of the screen. Both of them turdies. A lot of people really liking these turdy avatars. They're I was listening in the Q-Flux stream yesterday. They're like, dude, you can't lose to a turdy. Come on, man. That's such an embarrassment. He's like, all right, yeah, no way I'm losing.
I mean, turdy might have the biggest fan base out of them all.
Yeah. I always said right from the beginning, turdy is our Pikachu, man. This is the one that, if this game becomes a global success, it's going to be on the back of turdy.
Turdy. It's like a turdy beanie, a turdy shirt.
Yep. All right, so we're jumping into action here, and we see T-Max is at 40. Remember, we talked a little bit about understanding the role and who is the beatdown here. It's very clear who is the beatdown. You need to massive Flammy from T-Max. Clears the board. Ignasteel takes out one of the other cards with Combustion. So right now, T-Max, number 1 priority, he checked that off the list. Got to deal with everything on the board for the rest of the game because Brodnik is too threatening. Once you do that, once you take care of Brodnik's creatures, you also have to kill him, right? So there's this Sandstalker just going chase, ignoring that Ignasteel. Doesn't want to put it into the range of an Earthquake. If it took the Ignasteel out, then any Choli, any Spana takes that Sandstalker. Don't want to do that. Just get the 9 damage in. It's too important.
Do you play Sandstalker?
I do play a Sandstalker now that I got one.
I've got one. I didn't have him in last night.
Yeah, my deck is a little bit built for late game. I'm more of the Jacob Wilson's variety, where I'm getting little bits of value and, I just keep getting...
That's the most popular strategy.
Yeah, I think so too. And the thing is that, hey, I'll lose some games, but it's you know what? I can sleep at the end of the day. I lost. That's all right. I tried my best, some people brought something a little bit bigger guns to the party, and hey, that's how it is. Macafly coming down, Rogue Orser coming down. Iron takes out Flammaguacan takes out Roborster, leaves the Mechafly. God, if you're T-Max, that's the moment right there where you're saying, like, give me that backfire combustion, please. Mechafly taking up Firon and then backfiring himself. But instead, Ignasteel does do the deed. Flammaguacan is off the table. Fortunately, and there is Sandstalker again. T-Max now down to 16. That Sandstalker has dealt 18 damage. That's fully a third of T-Max's life total, and he dealt it in 2 attacks. The Q-Flux rant now. Who invented this card? This person needs to get fired tomorrow. This is ridiculous. That card shouldn't exist.
I wanted to clip it and send it to post it in our chat. Should tell the devs, dude.
Yeah.
Do something.
Eaglon buys back the Sandstalker just to keep it from suffering a demise. Let's get another attack in. So you're effectively at 7 if you are T-Max now, because you know that Sandstalker is in your opponent's hand. All right, Firon takes the Eagle out. Ocho gets an attack in for 6. Ignasteel does the same, and there is Obsidiwing. Draws another card for T-Max, and Brodnik is at 31. So, yes, you have a Sandstalker in your hand, but that does cost 6 mana. That leaves you 3 more. That's not enough for an Ocho, and even if it was, your opponent's not dead. So you really now need to think about using that Sandstalker possibly defensively to take out this Obsidiwing. That is not where you want to be. Or the Ocho, so that you don't trade. But even with that, your opponent has, even if you can kill the Ocho, your opponent has damage on board. Wow. You really needed a whiff there from Scorchwing, but it doesn't whiff. Instead, Sandstalker goes face, and now you have 16 attack on board. You have 4 cards in hand and are looking for 31. Important to note that Sandstalker went... Okay, so there's 6. Combustion hits. He's confidently going face. Does he have his own Sandstalker? Oh my god! Wow. He needed that combustion to hit. Firon did not miss Firon. What?
I wasn't even watching, dude. I just got here. What happened?
Yeah, that was incredible. Incredible turn from T-Max. Brodnik, very difficult decision there. Goes with a Scorchwing. Remember, he had 9 mana, so you know that he has a Sandstalker in hand, so that leaves him 3 mana. And he goes with the Scorchwing. It hits on the Obsidiwing, so saves himself 8 damage there. But we saw that even if he didn't hit on that Scorchwing, if somehow that Scorchwing whiffed on the Obsidiwing, then we know that he was dead on board, because T-Max sandbagging that Sandstalker. And but he hits on the Obsidiwing with the Scorchwing. He gets that off the board, and now he's sitting with 31 life. And he has what does he have? He has the Firon, he has the double the double Ocho, and manages to drop his own Firon into the battlefield. So you have a 20% chance of misfiring on that, but he hits, deals 6 to his opponent. That drops him to 25. He gets an attack in with both Ochos. That drops him to 13. Gets the attack in with Firon. That drops him to 9. And with the last 6 mana, plays his own Holiday Edition Santa Rudolph Sandstalker. deals 9 damage and deals exactsies on the last turn. Man, that is what you wake up and play Tournament Champions TCG for. My name is Manifestable, Brett Banfi. I am joined with the Lord himself, and we are moving into Game 3 in the semifinals, Rodnick versus T-Max.
You always got to have one of those moments on the stream. That's why you wake up and play Champions TCG.
That is exactly why. Sometimes you don't wake up and play, you stay up and play it. Because we are rotating these events. They are mornings and then followed up by an evening tournament the following weekend. So make sure you tune in to next weekend's tournament. That is coming to you at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then, yeah, our morning events, they are 10 a.m. Eastern time. Wow, if you're a T-Max, you got to be beaming right now. Like, you got to be like, dude, come on, man. You got to wake up pretty early to beat me with the Sandstalker, you know? And he got 3 attacks in with that Sandstalker. Rodnick did.
Yeah.
Because
You got to deal with that Sandstalker, dude.
That Sandstalker dealt 27 damage to T-Max, and T-Max still found a way to win. That was incredible. Stana takes the field down. Leaves the monkey and the Speedy. Speedy cleans up the monkey. Now we're seeing a 6-mana turn from Brodnick. Here you could see Sandstalker. That was what he went with last game. Sandstalker would be huge here. T-Max all the way down to 34. So think about this. This is Brodnick's turn 6. That means he's had 5 turns before this. And in those 5 turns, he's dealt 26 damage to T-Max. I mean, Brodnick's deck is pure gas. You know, like...
Yeah, me and Brodnick have similar styles, similar decks. I'm just like hitting you in the face and like seeing, like making you not like the game. Like, just how fast I can take you down, and if I lose, then I lose. But it catches a lot of people off guard.
Yeah. The sock full of pennies, man. You gotta.
Yep.
It's like when you're in a fight with someone and you just go like, like, all right, somebody that knows what they're doing, they might be able to take me down, but I'm gonna get a few shots in at least.
Yeah.
All right, we see double business on both sides. Flamagwaki cleans the board up. It looks like Flamagwaki 6. Backfired T-Max. I think T-Max even backfired a combustion last game. So Sandstalker dealt 27. I think he dealt 6 to himself. Maybe that was the game before, but either way. All right, Scorchwing taking that Flamagwakin down. That was a Hail Mary, but it worked. Business gassing back up. Not what you want to see for T-Max. It's unclear what you want to see, but you definitely don't want to see gassing back up. Not at this phase of the game. T-Max at 18 now. Brodnick's deck is gasoline. Both of these players are extremely savvy veterans. I think we've played 22 events now. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these players have played in every single one of them. Steel coming down takes out that Snowbeak, but I think this looks like a game in Brodnick's camp. And there it is, Uga Chief with the lethal attack. And so Roddick, I believe, up 2-1 now.
All right, in here for turn 1.
So Brodnick needs 1 out of the next 2. And he will be facing off against Saro in the final. Get to know both of these players pretty well throughout these tournament events. So in a vacuum, I'm rooting for them both, you know. It's hard. I'll say I'm rooting right now for T-Max. I'm not rooting for the player, I'm rooting for the game 5. Let's push to a game 5. Speedy coming down. One thing that I'll mention too, looking ahead to this, Saro playing some cards that are a little bit better late games, like Woofa, some of those types of cards. A little bit slow early game. It'll be interesting to see which of these decks, either T-Max or Brodnick, matches up for a better finals against Saro. I'd have to imagine Saro. I'm not wanting to see Brodnick as my opponent. I think Brodnick's just a little bit better. Like I said, in the first 5 turns, he dealt T-Max 26 damage. Like, you know, if you're Saro, you want to get to turns 9 and 10. You don't want to die on turn 7.
We should have got Saro up in here.
Yeah.
Should I?
Saro, yeah, come on and join us if you're watching in the chat. Yeah, we bring Saro up.
Let's see what happens. Is this the final game? I mean, we could bring him up after. Should I bring him in?
Yeah, this is not the final, so that we're game 4, so we could see a push to game 5 here. So we have a minute or 2 for bring Saro on board. We do see a combustion from Fyron that worked on T-Max, went face. So again, Brodnick, it's not just the cards themselves, it's also how they're being deployed. You know, we're seeing Brodnick is you know, pure aggression right now. He's just bottled aggression. There goes business.
Saro's going to join us here in a minute, so get some questions ready.
Yeah, if you're tuning into the chat, make sure you get your questions ready. We have our tournament finalist, Saro, Forbes Magazine 2043 Best TCG Player of the Year. He is going to be joining us, so make sure you drop them in the chat. We're going to be monitoring that. Also, if you're a new player tuning in to the chat, if you haven't gotten started with Champions TCG, shoot us a message and let me know what is the card that you're intrigued by, that you're watching today. And we'll do something special for you. We'll give away a pack to a new player. Okay, so T-Max getting that Ignisteel, getting that Ocho and the Fangs.
Here's the man. I'm going to bring him up.
All right.
What's up, Saro?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We got a pretty intense game going on right now. Are they 2-2 right now? I think
2-1. I believe 2-1, but I could be wrong.
Dude, what about your comeback? What about your comeback? Weren't you were down 2-0 against? Yeah, now you're on like a 5-game heater.
Yeah, I'm 6-0 in the past few games. I lost the first 2 of the day, and then I went 6-0 after that. Which I don't know how I did that, because I feel like yesterday I played against Jacob Wilson and he like ran me over completely. At one point at the beginning of the match today, after I was down 0-2, I was like, I don't understand why I can't. Like, I guess I'm just gonna lose, and then I ended up somehow making it back.
Yeah, dude.
Not just making it back, but you were like dominating. We tuned into the final game there, and you had like 10 creatures on board, 10 champions there.
Yeah, so a lot of the decks in this format, I think, are like going really aggressive and really face centric. And my deck is like it wants to slow the game down as fast as possible, and then just once it gets control of the board, then it just starts going face. Like going face is the last thing on its mind. Staying alive is the first priority.
We were just talking about that right before we brought you up, in fact, and we were saying how in this matchup, Brodnik tends to be, at least what we've been seeing so far in the past few games, the much more aggressive strategy, and we were wondering which you would rather prefer to play against, maybe T-Max or Brodnik.
I think between these two decks, I'd probably like to play against T-Max a little bit more because he's a little bit less aggressive, and I feel like in a slower game, I think I can I'll have more opportunities to kind of outmaneuver my opponent. But Brodnik is just going to go real fast, real face the whole time. That's probably what I'll have to do. T-Max wins that.
Yeah, T-Max won that incredible fashion. And yeah, just like what we were talking about, Brodnik. And sometimes it really matters when you're playing against these hyper aggressive strategies. Being on the play versus being on the draw, those little things can really add up,
Yeah, something as simple as like a 1-drop that they get to play and that sticks. Like a 1-drop alone can, like this game, Brodnik didn't have a 1-drop himself, so that might end up hurting him a bit this game.
Yeah, and it also looks like Brodnik was on the play there, so he was able to gas up with Ami, but yeah, it seems like a little bit of a slower start out the gate for Brodnik.
Yeah, definitely. And already T-Max looks like he has the board, this Mecha Fly. Like already at this point, how does Brodnik come back onto the board? He's going to need like a Scorch Wing or something like that to really pull it back.
And even with that Scorch Wing, you do have the little bit of the value of the White Lily. He was able to use the White Lily with the Trolley, but T-Max cleans it up with Stonefur.
Yeah, some back and forth Earthquakes. And maybe Brodnik can have like his own Ocho or like a Rajorcer to trade, or just go face. He's just gonna go face.
Yeah,
he's not worried about trading.
Yeah, speaking of Earthquake, it felt like you brought a lot of Earthquake to the match today. Was there any strategy or thought process behind that?
Yeah, I figured everyone would be playing aggressive decks, so I just wanted to be able to wipe their boards consistently.
Yeah, it's always nice when your opponent cleans up your board with like an Ocho taking out your Mecha Fly or something like that, and then you just get to take out 6 cards with just one Earthquake,
Yeah, those like X2s, getting to clean up a bunch of X2s and X3s is really helpful. You got to cross your fingers for the X3s though, or have a backup.
Yeah, but we've watched your stream and you've done a lot of streams lately, and you do a really great job of explaining that, sometimes you just got to cross your fingers and hope you get some of these X3s with your Earthquake, and if you don't, hey, it's not the end of the world. But I think it's important to know when you need to shoot your shot. You can't wait around for the perfect moment, right?
Yeah, so sometimes you can wait, but oftentimes in a really close game, sometimes you just don't have the luxury of having to play around the RNG, and you just have to go for it and hope for the best.
Yeah. T-Max gases back up. Hitting on the Ignis Steel takes out that Firon.
Yeah, now, does Brodnik have Earthquakes in his deck? He does have some, right? Oh, he'll just use Flamiguacan to clean this up.
Flamiguacan, wow. And that's we're playing the owned card, so that Flamiguacan, he owns that thing.
That's a good card.
Yeah.
Is it? I've got one. I don't play my Flamiguacan. Is it that good of a card? I feel like it's like he's not playing the middle evolution. Isn't it just like a Magma Claw?
He's playing Flamurai.
Oh, is he?
Brodnik is playing Flamurai, yeah.
Okay, so I guess you have to got the whole tree.
Yeah, and one of the nice things if you do have the Flamurai is you can kind of go like up the chain because you can play out like a Flamurai and you can win seek out the next one for the next turn.
Yeah.
And just even if the Flamiguacan is gonna live very often because it has 8 health, it usually won't kill itself. So it's actually, even though it's not as like mana efficient as the Flamey, it's really good at just killing something and putting something in play. And yeah, it can be searched out, unlike the like Ignatius. I don't think
the Dracoferno, the poor man's Flamurai.
that one's also pretty solid. Definitely a little weaker than the Flammerai, but
weaker, but you can win seek it more frequently because
Mhm.
the Scorchwing's going to survive a lot more often than the Flammy or the Flammerai will.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he brought all the fire. Brodnik is just going face and fire. That's his strategy.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. It definitely works.
Yeah.
Like having all the fire cards to like kind of 2-for-1 and slow your opponent down if they ever get to grab the board back, and then you get to just keep pressuring them with all the face damage, and your opponent's just constantly on the back foot.
Yeah, and don't want to give any spoilers for what's coming next, but if Brodnik does make it into that matchup, you do have some of that built-in defense against that because you have those Aegis shields on a lot of your cards, you know, with the Woofas and things like that.
Yeah, and I don't remember. I have to look at Brodnik's deck list again, but I don't remember how many Whirlwinds he has access to. Which the Whirlwinds are a little annoying to play against with like Wolfa. I think T-Max only had 3, if I remember correctly, or maybe I have their list backwards.
Yeah, I have the list right up right here.
Backfire for him. That's no good.
Yeah.
Oh, was that another backfire for T-Max?
Yeah, dude. I think that's 3 backfires he's gotten in the last 2 games.
There was a game a couple ago. He had 3 backfires in a row, which is really brutal.
T-Max's account's fucked up. Backfires only.
Yeah, it's rough. I just opted to not even play the backfire cards. I feel like they're the best cards in the game, but like I didn't want to deal with that. Like especially with my deck being so slow. If I get one backfire, I'm gonna lose. Like I can't afford a backfire.
Yeah, four Whirlwinds from Brodnik. He's playing the 2 Eaglons and the 2 Mechaflies. At least that's
2 Eagleons and 2 Mechaflies.
yeah.
That's not the end of the world. It's a little. The Eagleon is a bit annoying because it's so mana efficient for the Whirlwind, but at least it dies to like an Earthquake.
So T-Max down to 13 here, back against the wall. We are in game 5. Winner moves on to play Sero in the finals. Sero, what are your thought process around, you know, you're in the finals, so you know you got the Gua Prince at least locked up, but the chase card, this Uga, like, you know, what's the thought process on that?
Oh, the thought process is I want to win and get that Uga.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This is a good one, dude. You get all 3 of those cards.
Oh yeah, dude. What was the level 1 card? I can't remember.
Amy.
Oh, they're all great.
Yeah.
The Guans is like I love the art on that Guans as well. Guans is one of my favorite cards.
Well, congratulations for getting to the finals. We are so excited to tune in. One thing that's pretty cool about this Uga too is that our first ever tournament edition card went to first place was a monkey. So this is really? So this is the Uga is like, you know, pretty special because, you know, it's in that same tree. It went to Oot. The Oot was our first ever first place finisher. And I think he even rattled off his first, you know, the first like 3 tournaments. He didn't even lose a match, not in day 1 or day 2. So like his first record was like 16-0.
Just on an absolute rampage.
Yeah, and no one knew who he was because he wasn't playing in the Discord or anything like that. He was from the Japanese Discord, so everyone was like, "Who is this guy that just can't lose?"
It comes up out of nowhere. That's always a good story.
Yeah. Yeah, now of course he's a fixture. He's one of the most well-known tournament players, but we do see that fun of Ice Eagle right there from Brodnik.
Yeah, he does play the two Snow Beaks also, so it could be a good tool to like kind of search out. On turn 9, I don't think especially in this format it's really fast, so you don't really get to those turn 9 situations. But a good option you have is on turn 9 you can play out the Snow. You can use the Shadow tool to search out the Ice Eagle, and you can play the Ice Eagle all in the same turn. It's going to help you control the board.
Yep.
Man. T-Max is, you know, not getting lucky. We are getting T-Max today.
rebuy the Ice Eagle here to
Yep,
freeze.
looks like it. Just try to slow. Oh wow! Going steady, come up to the fourth wing. Whiffs on the mech wing, but follows it up with an Ice Eagle.
The hard part about this for T-Max is like he's sort of stable, like he can survive one more rush, but he just isn't putting enough pressure on his opponent. He's presenting, I think, like a 2 or 3 turn block right now. And
Yeah.
Come down, close it out.
Yeah, so not everybody brought the Uga Chief, but yeah, the Uga Chief's another one of those like Sandstalkers where it can just take a game over on its own, you know?
Yeah, it's like a Sandstalker that can evolve and also be searched because the Uga is just way better than the I don't even remember the name of the card that evolves into Sandstalker.
Fox Assassin.
Yeah, the Fox Assassin.
Yeah.
The Uga's just way better.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Fox Assassin is like this little chihuahua, and then the Sandstalker looks like one of those like bots that's like in Star Wars that like cruises across the snow. You know, like it's like how do these things evolve out of each other? You know, like
I love the Fenny, which is he's just like holding like an AK-47 or whatever.
Yeah.
The backstory for that chain's gonna be sweet. Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it just goes from this chihuahua to this like monster, like, you know, robot dog.
All right, this is it, the finals. Yeah, you can hop out of here and focus if you want. Sarah, we appreciate you coming up, dude.
Sounds good. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, good luck.
See y'all later.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. All right, there we have it. Sarah going into the match against Brodnik. And this is for all the glory right here.
I'm just going to be bear.
Yeah, let's take a look. By the way, just a quick shout out. My name is Manifestival. I'm joined by the Lord himself. We are bringing you Champions TCG live finals coverage. Thank you all for being with us in the chat. We are giving away a pack to someone in the chat as well. We see K1 coming in with good luck to our finalists. Yeah, if you are a new player to Champions TCG, want to get started, give us a shout in the chat with one of your favorite cards that you're watching on screen. Is it that Fox Staff? Is it that Fenny? You know? And we will get you started with a free pack.
Can we just send a free pack to K1 for popping in?
Heck yeah.
35
K1 free pack.
Crack one.
Yeah. One of these days we need the backstory on K1, where his name comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, we could get K1, Annie Moon, and stuff up on the next one we do. We should just start bringing people up.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in the chat and you are wanting to jump up on stage, help us narrate this best of 5 finals between Stero and Brodnik. Join us. We'd love to have you up. We got Turd World War.
Third World War, dude. He wants a solar moo?
Epic.
Or he wants the bull. What's he want?
The solar moo, yeah.
What's the bull one?
That's the moo. Yeah. Oh, the glorable. The glorable.
Yeah, which one's he want?
I don't know. Let us know which one you want. Third World War.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do a Doge one of those probably.
Yeah. Pikachu in the chat. Pikachu is best friends with Turdy. Turdy's like the one that gets Pikachu into all the trouble. You know? Glory Bowl. And it's for his son. Oh, okay.
He's gonna throw out it's for his son, so now we gotta let me see what I got. Yep. I think I got one of those.
Yeah.
What do those sell for? They're probably like hundreds of bucks, aren't they?
Yeah, they're hundreds of bucks, but it's for his son, bro.
It's for his son, man.
It's for his familia. Mi familia. Diglett. I like Diglett too. I like Digglyfur. Digglyfur is like the Chad of all meerkats or whatever it is. Little prairie dog.
Turd World War. Send me your Doge wallet in the Discord, and I'll get a glorable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Zero versus Bro.
We have a very exciting finals. I have to say, you know, I really appreciate both players, Brodnik and T-Max, but just in terms of my personal take on this finals match, I'm very interested to see this matchup between Brodnik and Saro. I think these decks match up extremely well. Brodnik brought all this extra fire. A lot of people didn't bring like a Flammaguakin and a Draco Ferno. Some of these staples from our Gen 1 tournament series, they've been pushed out a little bit by some of the need to find slots for business and Ami and, you know, Fangs and some of these great cards. But Brodnik is definitely bringing it old school right now with fire and rush, and it'll be interesting to see how these two compete against each other. Let's jump into the action. Saro is the nature mystic at the bottom of the screen. Brodnik, a light warrior. What are you, by the way?
I'm the 100, the expensive one.
Oh, okay. The dark?
Yeah, the dark.
Yeah. Zach, he's the dark champion. Right. And Grumble. Brodnik just beginning it by gassing up. So it's really interesting because we talked all lead up to this game about how Brodnik is the Fast and Furious deck, and then he leads it off with business.
Grimzilla. I love Grumble, dude. I'm glad Grumble's getting some play. I've always tried to get Grumble in there. He went out of the meta. I'd like to see him back.
Yep. So that shield on Grimzilla does fade the Earthquake, but the Scorchwing does take its crack on it.
Wait, no, it doesn't fade the Earthquake.
It fades the initial Earthquake, the damage from the Earthquake, right? The shield.
No.
Oh no, it has guard. Yeah, I always think guard. that it has Aegis, because it's like that shield is blue still, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I always get those confused.
Yeah, no, it took both hits there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when I play against Grimzilla, I always play like it has Aegis. Like I always forget, you know. Like I'm always like, yeah. So we see that tournament edition trolley from Brodnik. Gorgeous art. Shadowsteel comes down. Gasses up. Important to note, Saro is playing with Raka, not Troll Rock. So we know that he either got Obsidiwing or he got a random card there with Shadowsteel. Passes the turn back to Brodnik. Saro getting an attack in for 6. Saro.
And it survives.
Yeah. Scorchwing taking out the team.
And I will say, Saro is one of the biggest. We need to change up the Inferno mechanic. So that definitely does not make him happy there.
No. But he follows it up with 2 Earthquakes and takes out Brodnik's team. You know, these players are in the finals for a reason, and I'm on the sideline talking about it for a reason, you know, like, but at the same time, I'll add my 2 cents that, you know, those felt like a little bit underwhelming Earthquakes there. You know, you want to sort of save those up for a little bit more impact play out of Brodnik. You feel like maybe, you know, getting these Ugas and things like that's a little bit more important. But Saro opting for those early Earthquakes, we'll see how that pans out.
I think he still has 4 more? What's he got in his decks?
Yeah, he's chock full of Earthquakes, so he doesn't have to but you see Ocho trading with Uga there. Both players roughly same life totals here, 52 to 49. Emmy somehow survived. goes face, and then evolves to Flammeri, but takes out the business. Then we see Uga and Snowbeak. The thing about the Flammeri, yes, you only took out the business, so it wasn't that big of a evolution there, and it did kill itself. A little bit of a coin flip there, but you did draw a card, so you got something. Scorchwing cleaning the board up. That's very good for Sero. He needs to keep that position. And it looks like Shadowsteel did Windseek the Obsidiwing, because there it is. It got back up, and then a combustion backfires, deals himself 6 in the face, and Eaglon taking that Obsidiwing out, but that's going to allow Sero to rebuy it. Brodnik down to 5 in hand. If see, here would be a good turn for double Earthquake. There we see Stonefur. There we see Trolley. Now we know that has the Obsidiwing in hand, so he is going to be able to gas back up on Speedy gets an attack in for 3. Hydrofang with a Vortex. Walking is a big rush monster as well.
Jeez, dude, this is a match, dude. Just heavy hitter, board clearing, fucking Infernos, Earthquake.
Yep. One of the things too that Sero's doing, he's not really wow. Monkey, Uga Chief, go. Attack you for 12. You're at 18. So I think Sero's been playing this, and we know that Obsidiwing's still in his hand. So, but Obsidiwing is not what you need right now, yeah. So, yeah, you could, I hate to say it, but another double Earthquake where you go Mecha Fly, Stana on Uga Chief, and then double Earthquake to clean up Monkey. Or just a single Earthquake and maybe like a Snowbeak or something like that. That could work. Rodnick brought the nature to the party. We see the Monkey and the Uga Chief. Only one that's missing from the family is the Uga. It looks like we do see that. There it is, the Stone Fur, but that leaves the Monkey. Uga takes that Monkey out. Sero now, he mentioned this when he was on stream. He said, pressuring the life total. You have to clean the opponent, but immediately start to pressure the life total. And he is finding himself in that exact position. He's still at 14. This is a healthy life total. I know it doesn't feel healthy, but when your opponent is when you're facing the opponent with 1 card in hand, you have the turn. You have the next 2 turns to find a solution, but you're going to need to find it fast if you're Sero. Cryo Slice. Eaglon buys back the Snowbeak. We see a Stana to take the to get some damage in on the Snowgaze and the Cryo Slice. Takes the Eaglon out, and then Flammy. This is exactly what Sero needed. He needed a big turn, and now he's attacking for 21.
It's game over.
If he has even 1 Uga in hand, it's over. Or even a Monkey. A Monkey will do it. A Snowbeak will do it. He's going phase. We think that this is wrapped up. It is an Ocho, and it is an Uga, so he's showing that he had the double attack. Big win, game 1, setting the tone for Sero. Big win. This Uga, man, this thing too is like, you know, when you're talking about it being a tournament card, like, you know, it's obviously for the flex value that but there's also the monetary value that's going to be attached to that tournament Uga. You know, that Monkey is for sale right now for multiple thousands of dollars. That Uga could be roughly, you know, at least a G, I think, is a safe bet to ask for that tournament edition Uga. It's basically the marquee card from Gen 1. And And yeah, so not only are you trying to grind for that Uga for the flex value to be able to drop it in these tournament matches, but also you have the monetary value.
Yep.
All right, here we see Saro Brodnik, Game 2. Very exciting finals here. 22nd weekend open series for Champions TCG. Yeah, we've done around $15,000 worth of tournament prizes across the 22
Not
events.
counting, how much have we done if you count the cards as tournament prizes?
Well, if you count the cards and the gems, it's probably $30,000 easily.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we see White Lily speeding out a Woofa. Starts with an Eagle-on. I'm sorry, starts with a business and then drops the Eagle-on. Deal with that Woofa. Stana cleans the board up. Are you a Stana guy or a Trolley guy?
I have Stana and Trolley, and then I don't do this. Well, last night I wasn't doing the Stone for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm skeptical on the Stone Fur, and then my opponent plays it, and I'm like, shoot. Like,
The Stone for the 6 health, dude.
yeah, man, that 6 health matters, and also 4 attack. Either. Amy cleans, gasses up for Brodnik. And then Trolley takes out that Amis, redeploys Woofa. Woofa does have this Aegis shield. You can see it's the blue little square that's next on the right side of that Woofa. Does mean that it will be impervious to damage the first time it would take it. Very good against cards like Scorchwing and Flammies and these other Inferno cards. Hydrofang gets a Vortex in and then Snowbeak. Here we see, remember we said you got to know when to shoot your shot. Snowbeak was 3 health, but whiffs, Stana whiffs on that Earthquake damage. So Snowbeak will be able to either evolve, get an attack and evolve, or will at least stick around for an additional attack. Woofos comes back out.
All right, I'm sending the Glory Bowl to Turd World War.
All right, Third World War. Congratulations for you and your son. Thank you for tuning in, watching, and being a part of our TCG community here. Champions TCG. Sandstalker on the battlefield for Brodnik. That's something that makes you wake up in the morning. You know, like Woofa and Stana could team up against Sandstalker, and we could see a. Oh wow! Instead, Raka just goes. Instead, Snowbeak just goes face and manages to get the Sandstalker with the Raka. Big time from Saro right there. He rolled the dice because, of course, Earthquake can deal either 2 or 3. If your opponent is champion is at 3 health, it's not a guarantee that that Earthquake will kill it. Saro shot his shot, and he got that Sandstalker. Stana cleans up the Woofa, but leaves a host of other threats out on the battlefield for Saro. The double Earthquake, but it still leaves that rocket. The Flammy cleans that up now. Brodnik with 5 in hand, and do a quick card count here. Saro with 7 in hand. We're at 34, so that is very relevant. But Saro, like he talked about, he wants to go pound for pound with his opponent. And there we see Monkey cleaning up Stana and Mechafly to bounce back, I believe, his Stana. Just like Sarah's advice to T-Max, he needs to start to turn the corner You do want to take the game late, but you don't want to fool around with your food. You know, like you know, you want to start to put the pressure on Brodnik now that you've managed to clear the board. Brodnik with a big trolley. Snowbeak comes down, attacks for 4. Sero at 30, gasses back up with business. Scorchwing cleans the board, and if you're Sero, you're feeling really comfortable. Sidwing, you have time to just win seek just for value. Brodnik is a very threatening player. There's a Uga Chief. Still, if you're Sero, you're not too concerned about that Uga Chief, right? Mechafly returns that Obsidiwing. Flammy takes the Uga Chief down on its own. Huge Inferno turn from Sero right there. Brodnik 2 in hand. Sero feeling pretty comfortable here. Have we seen Brodnik's Sandstorm? No, yet? No, right?
No.
Still has that. But exactly like we talked about, this is Sero turning the corner. Ocho comes down, goes face. Scorchwing in business, get an attack in 2. Uga's going to go face. Sero's at 16. Roguehorser dropped Sero to 8. Now, Sero is dead to a Sandstalker. You can't mess around. There's no good...
Wow.
Big time Inferno there. Mechadrone, I believe, returned the Flammy to hand, and then, keeping the pressure on. Now Brodnik at 21. I think he is dead on board. He needs to win this turn. Sandstalker will do it. Double Monkey will do it. And it is Double Monkey, Mechafly Monkey, and that is over. Wow, Brodnik with the Swiss Army knife, Mechafly, attacks for 4 rush, whirlwinds it back to hand, gets another attack in, Exacxies, and pushes to a game 3. Players tied 1-1 right now. Huge game from Brodnik there. Oh, Third World War is Jorge from the Bitcoin Citadel Miami opening. Gosh, man, one of my favorite people on the planet. This guy is as real as it gets, man. Thank you for the love. And he asked us, have we considered the idea of using the caches that weren't bought as promotional opportunities, giving out some game card stores? Yeah, we could do that. I mean, we want to, caches are a big part of our in-person, in-store strategy. We're going to have a mixture. There's going to be 2 kinds of caches: the collector's caches, which we already released, and then we have the starter caches. The first starter cache you could consider kind of like the starter deck that players were getting with. That isn't technically a cache, but it is the concept of our cache. Looking to give out some caches to the game stores to incentivize them to get involved. Yeah, we are looking to push that out with some very early 2024 game store action. That's a big priority for us as we shift into our Gen 3. But Jorge, thank you for the love, man. We appreciate you as a person, as a man, and also as a big fan of our product. Thank you so much.
Man, trying to find a glory bowl in this freaking Doge wallet. Can't do it.
Yeah, maybe you got no glory bowls.
Can't.
All the bowls in glory. You know, that's what
there's one in here somewhere.
Yeah. In the meantime, maybe pop us into game 3 with Brodnik Sero. All right. And we have an incredible finals here. Brodnik, Sero. East comment coming in from Jaden Global. We do have a 3rd place match going between T-Max, T-Max and Jacob Wilson. So we will update you on how those matches are going as well. In the meantime, we have this Ocho Snoot match. Ocho Snoot start for Sero. I have to admit, like if you're Brodnik and you see a start that's Ocho Snoot, I feel like I can comfortably put see Scorchwing cleaning up that Icicle, Cryo Slice taking out the Snowbeak with a Blizzard. Snoot still with the shield. Amy coming down, gassing Brodnik back up. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, if you're Brodnik, you want to be in this position where you're gutting to 9 cards in hand. And the Scorchwing whiffs. But a Flammy cleans up that Cryo Slice. Wow, sometimes you just feel like, pulled a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah.
You whiff on the Scorchwing, hit the Boopa Snoot with the shield, but then you spike with the Cryo Slice. Massive turn for Brodnik there. Monkey comes down, gets 4 in. We saw Monkey clean up the action last game. What did deal the final lethal damage? Both of these players, savvy veterans of this Champions TCG tournament circuit. This is our 141st consecutive day of running an event, giving over $15,000. So if you want to get started, join our Discord, discord.gg/ChampionsTCG. Brodnik, as the chief on the field, considering attacking the monkey, goes face. It is an Eagle-on to bounce the monkey, so that is a little bit mana. Eagle-on, but it does allow the Stonefur to clean things up. Amy gassing back up. Again, Brodnik, he has drawn 7 additional cards compared to Sarah this turn. He's just showing that his deck is pure gasoline, like we have been saying this whole time. He can shift gears into control strategy, try to out card advantages. It was a trolley, followed by a Mechadrone to whirlwind the trolley to buy it back. Brodnik gets another greed card. Business. Now he has drawn 9 more cards compared to his opponent. He has 9 cards in hand. So his opponent is winning when he goes card for card, but Brodnik drawing more cards and getting 35 life. Trolley coming down, and Mechadrone buying the trolley back again. There's another trolley. And Brodnik, 7 in hand though. Still, these nimble maneuvering turns from Sarah, where he's able to rebuy his Earthquakes, they're enough to keep him in the game, but they're not getting him ahead. Whereas Brodnik is actually getting ahead by playing these greed cards, like the Frog, like the Duck, the Tournament Duck, one of the cards of these top 8 players. Then he drops the Fire. There's the Dragon. Draco Furno himself.
And we're paying out cash to the top 16?
Yep.
Okay. Not airdrops to the top 16 though?
No.
Okay.
Nope. There's Speedy. We could do airdrops to the top 16, depending on what. You think we should do it?
Yeah, I think we could do it. But I mean, it would just we just have to add 1 more card in.
Yeah.
And then it would just be it can be super low tier or whatever, but at least it's a special card. They're coming out.
Yeah.
They spent 2 or 3 hours with us. I feel like you can get a card.
Yeah. Also, the thing is that some of these cards, like you're getting a different card, but there is an Unreal Engine version of the game that is planned to come out. So yes, maybe the card is that you receive as place. It's not the Ooga that someone's getting for getting first place, but when we shift to the Unreal version and you get to use it as your avatar or whatever the future plans are for this, having these tournament edition cards, they are worth something, even if the card itself isn't a banger.
Yeah, no, holding the card. Yeah, the card can be access to a lot of different things that are just outside of just the trading card game aspect.
Exactly.
Like, you hold one of these cards and then it's a little pet that walks around with you in the world or whatever. It's they can be a lot more than just the in-game card to play with.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we see that Brodnik has finally managed to convert his card dominance into onboard advantage now. This Ocho is going to trade with Rogorser likely, but he is still facing an attack for 7. And Thero's at 15, so Brodnik with 3 in hand. And there's Uga, and that's going to be it. It's over. So Brodnik getting the head 2-1, right? So Sero is now facing elimination.
Yep.
Yeah, wow. Unbelievable. Amazing. And what we saw Brodnik shift his strategy there. He went from just being a pure rush deck to a gas up and burn you out late game strategy. So very well done by Brodnik, showing his flexibility and his deck design. We were listening to Jacob Wilson, who recently started streaming the game. For those that don't know, he is a Pro Tour finalist Magic the Gathering. He's also the subject of a documentary on American Obsessions, trading card games being among them. So check that out. Check out the YouTube documentary on Jacob Wilson. He is currently in our 3rd place match. He just missed making it to the finals this event, but he was talking about how that's one of his favorite parts of the game right now is actually looking through his cards and figuring out what's his deck strategy. And we see there Brodnik really showing the flexibility that he has to gas back up and shift his strategy into a late game shell. Ice Eagle coming down, another one of those good late game cards from Brodnik. There we see Scorchwing able to hit on that Ice Eagle and goes easy on itself, stays alive. Amy gets and Scorchwing takes the opponent board down, also goes light on itself. Yeah, so in similar fashion then for these the first place and second place players, they earn the top 8 prize as well. So would you say that these players also get the top 16 tournament card as well?
What'd you say?
Well, you know how like first place they get the top 8 card as well. So yeah, they would probably get the 16th place card as well, right?
Yeah, man, like with these double gems, the cash, like you're getting 4 cards.
You're getting paid out.
You're getting paid out. Yeah, we need to revisit the structure on this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're making it rain. We're making it coom on these players.
Yeah, cooming. All right, I just sent out that Glory Bowl, and then the other people I talked to about some Doge cards, I sent those as well.
All right. Yeah. Hey, Third World War.
Third World War, dude. He's dedicated to the brand, dude. We love
man.
him.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. He's also a cash holder. He's a collector cash holder. So, there's no bigger honor in our eyes, than being an original collector cash holder. I'm very stoked you were able to get that Glory Bowl, and it's for your son too, bro. Say no more. Say less, as 8-bit likes to say. Stay less. I still owe him a bacon breakfast sandwich, man. What's he been up to? Have you talked to him recently? 8-bit?
I'm not. Oh yeah, I think I saw him doing some Doginals stuff.
What about Bunzy? Have you heard anything? What's going on with Bunzy and his mullets? Are they still going strong?
Oh yeah, dude. Bunzy's got his mullets all over every chain.
Yeah, Bunzy. All right, we see Flammy take out that trolley. Monkey looking at him though, a little bit cross. Monkey looks like an old man. He looks like a baby, but also kind of an old man. He's got a cane. The thing is that you think of Monkey as like the baby, right? Like there's the Monkey, then there's the Ooga, and then the Ooga Chief. The Ooga Chief's like the dad. The Ooga's like the big brother, and the Monkey's like the baby. But I think it's the other way around. I think the Monkey is the Ooga Chief's dad. It's like the grandpa. He's so old, though, that he's like shrunken. He's got osteoporosis. He's got his little cane out there. The tournament edition Monkey that got given out as our first tournament edition prize, that was the baby Monkey, right?
Yeah.
Like, did he have a diaper on?
Yeah, like a baby cute little monkey.
Yeah, he's a cute little monkey. Not this monkey. This monkey's like, he's seen some things, this monkey, man. It's like the monkey that was like in Apocalypse Now, you know. He just got back from Nam. Sandstalker gets an attack in. Mecha Fly defensively whirlwinds. Brodnik at 60. Saro at 44. I have to say again, if I'm Saro, I'm not. I feel like I can deal with this. Here you see it. Stonefur, Flammy. That's exactly what you want to see. And then even has time to drop the Woofa. It's like, okay, go ahead, drop my Woofa. You know, I know that that's coming. I know he's going to eagle on it, but guess what? I don't really care if I'm Saro, because you're wasting your eagle on just whirlwind now on my Woofa. And there you see Flammy hits that opposing Flammy, but leaves the Stonefur. Again, if I'm Saro, I'm at 44. I'm feeling healthy. I've already seen my opponent's Sandstalker, so I don't have to worry about him top decking that. Ooga gets an attack in for 6. You know, Brodnik he's like a cobra. You know, he'll like coil up and then he'll strike and take you down. So I'm not saying that I'm feeling overly confident as Saro right now, but if I was wagering money right now, I'm definitely Saro's side. There it is, the Stonefur. Or no, it's the Raka. Santa Raka redeploys Woofa. And you know what I'm saying right now? Come at me, bro. Come whirlwind this Woofa one more time, bro. So watch how much I care. It's just going to redeploy it again, because when you're winning, you're winning. There's nothing you can do about that. Like, you can tempo someone, but when they just play it again, what are you going to do? You know? Whirlwind it again?
Oh, Turd World War sent me a video of his son.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. I got a little guy and I was like that.
How old is
he? Looks like a little older than Marsden.
Oh. So Third World War, you gotta do me a favor, man. That Gloraboli, man, you gotta lock that. You know, that's gonna go into the inheritance pile, man. He's getting a piece of Bitcoin history right now.
Oh yeah, dude, he's just hanging out with his sons, you know, on some Doge wallet with some cards, dude, in the playroom. I feel that.
Yep. Respect.
Yep.
Okay, so Firon takes the Cryo Slice down, but that's all he's got. It's after the Draco Perno and Firon, and passes back. Woofa takes the Firon down. Another Cryo Slice. Draco Perno's gone. There comes the next Woofa, and Saro's starting to turn the corner. Brodnik going face 3 times. Rogors are speedy with the Hydro Fang with the Vortex. And this is what you have to do if you're Brodnik. You got to cross your fingers and hope that you rip. And guess what? He's done it. Saro's at 18. I'm still taking Saro in this match.
Yeah, but it's like so low. You know, he's got those heavy hitters, like a couple of good draws. He could win it.
Exactly. You can come back if you're Brodnik here. It is going to be. Now I don't think he can. Hydro Fang. Very good early game card, but not enough. And Saro has fully turned the corner. There it is. Sandstalker and Monkey drops Brodnik to 5.
All right, game 5. This will be game 5.
Look, Saro at 6. Even with that, even with such an incredible game from Saro right there, managing to push this to a game 5, which thankfully for us, you know, anytime we go to game 5, we're happy. This is what you wake up and play Champions TCG for. But, you know, you got to say Brodnik, with basically emptying the tanks, managed to get Sarah to 6. Now, you know, that's like one Uga away from a win. Like, if I'm just saying, if I'm Sarah and I had a completely dominant win like that and almost lost it on the very last turn, I'm a little bit scared. You know, I have to say, psychologically, giving Brodnik the edge right now, depending on who gets the draw and who gets the play. If Brodnik gets the draw, and Sarah is on the play in this match, and Sarah has a rough opener, you know, I got to think that competitive psychological advantage could snowball a little bit.
Yeah. All right, let's hop in here to game 5.
All right, look at you, level 24, man. Just pure trash. Just like,
oh, this is like my 3rd account, dude. All right, let's see.
Level 24, like, just got off the train, dude. Like, you want me to give you a pack? Dude, I'll get you a pack. Let me know your name in there. I'll give you some gems.
Yeah, I only got 5 gems on here, dude, and I'm the gem master.
All right, we see a big start from Brodnik. There's Hydrofang and Speedy. We see the tournament Speedy from Zero. Zero on turn 3 here. Mechafly to return the Hydrofang. Interesting. You know, Hydrofang is one of those ones where it's not really the card you want to bounce back to your opponent's hand. That Vortex is quite vicious. Scorchwing cleans things up. Speedy gets rid of the Mechafly, drops himself to 1 health. What's that Scorchwing? Is that 1? Yeah, he's at 1. So, okay, not enough for the Stonefur to take it down. Scorchwing gets 4. And evolving to Dracoferno. Huge. Draws Brodnik a card. Takes the Stonefur out. That was massive. And gets an attack for 4. Redeploys Hydrofang. And this is the sock full of pennies that we're.
Yep.
Brodnik is just going face with a lot of this. Mechafly to bounce the Dracoferno, but you don't want to bounce a Dracoferno because you get to redeploy the Inferno. It is the lesser evil, so I would do the same thing if I was Sero, but it's just, if you're Sero, you're sweating a little bit. Brodnik has 8 in hand compared to Sero with 4. This is exactly where you want to be if you're Brodnik. He's at 57. He gasses back up. Now he has 9 in hand and a 2/2 on the field. He can Uga. I was going to say Uga that. Okay, so it's just a Mechafly. If he had some way to Uga right there, that would have been. Ocho takes the Mechafly out. Monkey takes the business out. But now you're setting yourself up for a Trolley taking out 2 cards. It's exactly where you want to be if you're Brodnik. Brodnik at the top of the screen. He is that light warrior we see. Instead, he gasses it back up and deploys Flammy. It leaves that Ocho, a big window of opportunity here for Sero. Sero cannot mess around from this point forward. He's facing 9 cards in hand.
Not good.
Not good, but you need to shift into the beatdown. I feel like you have to beat Brodnik at his own game. He comes down, doesn't go face, goes for Ocho. So, unfortunately for Sero, he will not be able to attack with that Ocho. Okay, so maybe Woofa comes down. So Woofa is signifying that Sero is going to try to control the board. He's not going to try to beat face. He's going to try to beat Brodnik in the long game. And while this is, I think, the less likely strategy to win, if he does manage to do it, it will be the most likely way to win.
Double earthquakes.
Yeah, big earthquake turn from Saro, and he just needs to cross his fingers and get lucky. Let's go. One time, Saro. One time.
Yeah, one
Don't
earthquake
hurt.
could crush it.
Dude, Raka, drop it, bruh.
Nothing.
Stana would be good.
He has a bad draw.
Stana, Obsidiwing. You got this, Saro. You're the Mushroom King. No, it's just double Woofa and then a Boopa Snoot. Ooh, that was the turn he needed it. He almost had it. And he's rocking a lot of Earthquake in this deck.
Yeah, I know.
Now
Crazy.
we're going to see... so 7, 9, 12, 15 on... No, 14 on board. Drop. That will drop Saro to 23. This is... This is going wrong for Saro.
Man. Yeah, not having an earthquake there.
That was huge. He needed that Raka or a Stana. That was the turn he needed it. You're seeing that Brodnik is just double upping on these anytime you attack with Shadow Steel, you feel like you're behind.
Saro's also been a proponent about us adding in a mulligan, which I have a feeling he could have used at the start of this game.
Yeah. Yeah. We see that Brodnik, he managed to almost take Saro down in that last game where Saro just dominated that game from start to finish. And even with that pure domination, Saro almost lost in the very last game. He was one Uga away. And
Wow.
and we said that could result in a psychological advantage for Brodnik, and we saw Brodnik just completely demolish in that game. Let's jump in and see if we can get the Zix game. Is there a Zix game going right now? No? So maybe those players have already decided game 3, in which case I think that is the conclusion of our event.
I'm going to pull up those cards real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look at what these players competed for. And yeah, I am Manifestable. I'm joined by the Lord himself. This is ChampionsTCG. We are excited for a very big 2024 for you. Brodnik, unstoppable. That is the comment that came in from K1. Absolutely. That was really really powerful.
All right, here's the card. So yeah, Brodnik taking home all 3 of these bad boys. Saro, who got the 3rd place? That 3rd place game's intense too.
Yeah, I believe that was T-Max won 3-0.
All right. Yes. T-Max and Saro getting that Guayans, which I think was Saro's favorite anyways, and then everybody else getting the Ami. Then, yeah, I think next weekend, guys, we will up these airdrops to the top 16 also. So get ready for that. And then, yeah, I mean, we should be releasing a tournament blog post this week that kind of lays out the 4 big tournaments starting. And then, yeah, dude, just 2 more weeks, literally 2 weeks from today, it looks like Gen 3 should be live. So, get ready for that couple weeks after the new set goes live when it's just chaos in there and everyone's figuring out what's going on. Should be some fun times.
Yep. And yeah, incredible matchup. Those are great games. This is what you wake up and play ChampionsTCG in the morning for. Sunday action, finals coverage, push to game 5, a dominant performance by Brodnik. He has some of the most beautiful tournament cards. He has the Business, the Shadow Steel, and we are adding to that incredible Uga. Yeah, thank you so much. If you want to join, if you want to get started, come and join the Discord, discord.gg/ChampionsTCG. We have a lot of newer players that are coming from some of these other games. Gods Unchained. We saw some players coming from Pixel. We saw some players coming from Magic. So yeah, get started in the Discord with us. We're excited to. If you're a newer player, we'll get you your first pack on us, and yeah, tune back in next weekend for more great coverage. Till then, guys, thanks so much, and we are signing off.
All right.